what's up, YouTube? This is your host, King Gio. Let's talk a little bit about Carlos Correa again, and Scott Boras and Steve Cohen. Now, before I go any further, if you have not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and do so. Hit the subscribe button, hit that bell, and then that bell will notify you when I, King Gio, upload a video. Now, it's been close to a week, or if not a week, that the Mets have not made any announcements, or Scott Boras, or Carlos Correa's camp hasn't made any announcement. And it's intriguing because they went from San Francisco straight to the Mets within 24 hours or less. And with the Mets, they've been like for a week or so. And it intrigues me. It intrigues me, and I'm going to tell you why. Because I don't understand. Okay, this is one of the points. I don't understand. Minnesota offered Carlos Correa $10 years, $280 million. That's good money. And then he went over to the Giants. The Giants gave him what he wanted, and then because of the physical, then he went to the Mets, and the Mets gave him what he wanted, and now the physical, and now we're in a stalemate, so to speak. And I see this like I see this like this. I seen a video of Carlos Correa, and it is true what people tell me in Puerto Rico, that he is egocentric, and all he thinks about is for himself. And that was today's that I spoke to some people in Puerto Rico, and I see it this way. I see that the reason the Mets are going to get Carlos Correa is because, number one, is Stephen Cohen. And I say this because Stephen Cohen and Scott Boras are two egomaniacs who always get what they want. And Steve Cohen is going to put some verbiage there, and the verbiage, but they're going to get it done. It's just a matter of time. I know that. Let's say they give him the $315 million, and the 12 years. He will put. I know that Steve Cohen will put. His people will put down that if something happens to that leg, he gets injured by that leg because of the leg, but some of that money will not get paid, and the insurance. There are some insurance that's not going to take Carlos Correa for the leg, and maybe Scott Boras is going to say, okay, but we need some guaranteed money. What guaranteed money are you going to give Carlos Correa? But it's going to get done, guys. It's just a matter of time. I would give it to Tuesday or Wednesday, or before that, but I give it Tuesday or Wednesday, where you're going to hear that the Mets finalized the deal. Because I've seen reports that Scott Boras had 3 other teams, but I think that's just a tactical move. I also saw today on MLB Network how he'd be a good fit for Baltimore. Baltimore wants to give that money to Carlos Correa because they were saying that Carlos Correa could be the face of the franchise. That's okay. But any team that's not Minnesota, because Minnesota, everybody knows about his leg and is willing to risk that. But no other team besides Minnesota is going to offer Carlos Correa the money that the Mets offered or the San Francisco offered, because you have 2 teams that already are concerned about that leg. Not 1, but 2. So that means that your stock has fallen. And that's just one of the reasons why Scott Boras or Steve Cohen has not said anything, because they're working a deal. If not, Scott Boras would have said, he would have said already, you know what? Screw it, we're going to go with another team. I mean, they have the whole winter. But soon the World Classic, the World Baseball Classic is going to start. People are going to start practicing. This is in March. Go Puerto Rico, Team Puerto Rico. It's going to start. He's not going to have time. So he'll probably. I'm assuming that Carlos Correa, when he gets this done as quickly as possible, so he can move on. But he will sign with the Mets. He might get that contract, but I guarantee if he gets that contract, it's going to be stipulated. If anything happens with that leg, it's out. And I don't know why Scott Boras says no, because to be honest with you, he's going to get his cut anyway. And so I don't know, what's the big deal. But Scott Boras did the same thing with J.D. Martinez. Nothing happened with J.D. Martinez. And there are other, injury-prone athletes that you got to do this to. There's nothing wrong with that. You're looking out for yourself. He's looking out for his client. The Mets are looking out for themselves. But I don't think that Stephen Cohen's going to let this one go. because he already spoke about it, and not just only that. Steve Cohen's a man of his word. That, you know, and Scott Boras is an egomaniac. He likes his ego. He wants his reputation. You know, he says, "What I want, I get." Like Don King for boxing. You know, so I think to me, Scott Boras is bad for baseball anyway. But that's just me. I mean, you get his players what they want, but it's just ludicrous that team pays millions and millions of dollars. Now we're talking about Mike Trout says he wants to leave out of Los Angeles, and the only 3 teams that he will go to will be the Yankees, the Phillies, and the Mets, because he's from New Jersey. He's an East Coast guy, Mike Trout. So next year when Shanti becomes a free agent, they say Steve Phillips, he was the general manager for the Mets. He said he's going to definitely be a Met because Stephen Cohen's going to pay for that. Trout to be a Met, well, that's going to be kind of hard. But, because they already got Nemo in center field. But you can always put Nemo to play to play left. But to take on Trout's contract is going to be kind of hard because he suffers from a bad back too. So there's a lot of things going to be interesting that are going to go on next year. But next year's free agency and in baseball period when it comes to players. Not too many players are going to be on the market, but those who are, it's going to be very interesting. And I'm going to see what the Mets going to do. But I think by Tuesday or Wednesday, I'm going to say Wednesday, is going to get done. And you're going to see him the same contract or something lower. But I'm going to say the same contract, but with a lot of verbiage. With a lot of verbiage.